Dear students, let us start the discussion on today's newspaper, that is 10th June 2017. The first article, Shakeout in Westminster. It is related to recent elections in UK. You know that Theresa May did not get the expected majority, and here we are going to analyze what are the reasons. Ms. May has announced for the snap polls to have a greater legitimacy to bargain with European Union on Brexit. But the things have gone other way round. She has lost 12 seats and Labour has gained 29 seats. And Mr. Jeremy Corbyn, he has come as a formidable opponent or opposition to Ms. Theresa May. So, actually in the parliament, it has strengthened the arms of Labour Party. So, in this context, let us see the reasons. The first reason is Ms. Theresa May has converted this election into a fight between herself and Mr. Corbyn. So, a prime ministerial form of fight has come into existence rather than a parliamentary election. And second, the government has brought in a set of austerity measures, dementia tax, and also slimming down the police force by 12,000 and cutting down the NHS budget, National Health Services budget, and education budget. All these did not go well with the people. On the other hand, Labour Party has promised for free education, free health services, and also providing for a liberal policy towards the immigrants. So the hard stance of conservatives did not go well with the voters. And second thing is, conservatives tried to scare out people that if Corbyn comes into power, his financial mismanagement can push the country towards bankruptcy. Rather than talking about their positives, they started talking about the failures Mr. Corbyn can bring in. It means they tried to scare out the people, so that strategy did not work. You can compare this strategy with the Brexit too. The supporters of Remain campaign, they instead of focusing on advantages to remain in EU, they tried to scare out the people saying that if Britain exits from EU, it will be losing much. So, always a positive assertive strategy has worked in UK rather than a negative strategy or focusing more on the opponent. So this election, Theresa May has focused more on opponent rather than focusing on herself. And third major issue over here is people are also not willing to have a hard Brexit. So Mr. Corbyn is talking about a reconciliatory approach with the European Union. It means there will be a Brexit, and also the UK will be willing to have a common market and want to get benefited from this common market. So if hard Brexit goes on, UK will have much to lose. Probably that sense has prevailed among the voters this year. So these are the things. And the remarkable thing is, UK Independence Party, which has gained its voice during the Brexit, has lost measurably in these elections. That clearly shows that, to an extent, the people got softened on the Brexit issue in UK. Next is, the Arc of Tokyo. It is about nuclear energy. You know that the nuclear energy is losing its fineness or losing its credibility after this Fukushima nuclear accident in Japan. So, India-Japan Nuclear Cooperation Agreement has got the approval of Diet in Japan. But to what extent it will be useful to India now is a question which we need to analyze. So, when this point is analyzed, the nuclear energy itself is losing credibility is the first point. And the second point is the nuclear energy companies or nuclear reactor manufacturers, they are becoming bankrupt. Either you talk about Areva of France, and second is Westinghouse or General Electric Company. All these have partnered with the Japanese firms. If you talk about Westinghouse, it is with Toshiba, General Electric with Hitachi, Areva with Mitsubishi. All these companies in Japan are also facing a bankruptcy due to failure of these nuclear energy majors. And the ardent supporters of nuclear energy like Germany, they are also moving away from nuclear energy and they want to become free from nuclear energy by 2022. So one way, failure or bankruptcy of these companies, and second way, rising cost of nuclear energy in comparison to alternatives, losing credibility of nuclear energy after Fukushima nuclear reactors can be stated as three reasons. Now, if you talk about alternative energies, solar energy, wind energy, shale gas, all these are coming at a much cheaper price compared to the nuclear energy. So that's why, to what extent this India-Japan nuclear cooperation agreement will help India at this moment is a major question. And coming to proper protocol, it is about recent WHO changes with regard to classification of antibiotics. It has classified them into access drugs, and then it also has classified, second is watch, and the third one is reserve category. Access drugs can be made universally available. Watch drugs, you have to apply them cautiously. Reserve shall be used only in the extraordinary circumstances. The biggest problem health industry is facing today is antibiotic resistance. The latest antibiotics like clandestine, these also are having a resistance from the microbes. The reason is indiscriminate use of the drugs. This indiscriminate use has to be contained. So in this case, a drug will be given different codes as access, watch, reserve, and before prescription of these drugs, it makes the doctors cautious and conscious either to prescribe them or not. So this is a welcome step to fight the drug resistance. And then split wide open. This is about the UK polls again. And it shows that people are again split between conservatives and Labour. And Labour Party, which is expected to be dead, and Jeremy Corbyn has got revived itself. And also Jeremy Corbyn has got greater acceptance from the people and also among the this particular Labour Party colleagues. Previously, all colleagues of Labour Party has one way boycotted him. Now they are coming into his fold as his supporters. That is one remarkable thing that has happened in these elections. Now let's go to the front page. Linking PAN to Aadhaar is fine, the Supreme Court has stated. Here, what is the government argument? This linking is being brought in by the government to take away the spurious PAN cards. Because a company can apply multiple PAN cards or an individual can apply multiple PAN cards, which ultimately leading him to evade the tax. To avoid this, the government wants it to be linked to Aadhaar, where duplication is not possible. That is what is the argument put forward by the government. And then you know that Tories majority has slid and Labour majority has increased. Almost 3 million voters have supported Labour Party now when compared to the previous elections. But however, these elections are more fought like presidential rather than parliamentary elections, where it was projected as a fight between Prime Minister Theresa May and the opposition leader Jeremy Corbyn. Now, welfare of masses trumps privacy of elite. So here again it is an Aadhaar related argument. So the right to privacy and what are the arguments put forward in favor of this are only by few elite people. So that's why government argument is welfare of masses and leakage of the public service delivery programs is vital, and in that case Aadhaar shall be made compulsory. That is what is the government argument. But the most important article for me today is data protection law. In India, the biggest challenge with regard to the penetration of digital technology and also digital services e-commerce is this data protection law. Now, for few services which are being offered for free, people are readily exchanging their data which have serious privacy concerns. So, if you take WhatsApp has exchanged its data with the Facebook. So, it is not illegal in India because there is no data protection law. So the government of India, it wants to enact a data protection law and also is going to create a regulatory body for this particular matter. As of now, this matter is being dealt by Information Technology Act alone, that is Section 43A of Information Technology Act, and it is not very much helpful to fight the data breaches or data misuse. So that's what is we are going to understand here. So I have kept some notes. Now before that, Gadkari for bioethanol use. So in this article, the Gadkari has stated this way: in winters, pollution in north, pollution in Delhi is majorly due to burning of straw. And this paddy and wheat stock can be used for production of the bioethanol. And if this is promoted, pollution comes down drastically and also raises the income of the farmers. That's what is Mr. Gadkari is talking over here. These are the articles for today. And the notes is been given and it will be posted at laix.in/civilsprep. Thank you very much. All the best. And then final page